the veil being held there in place by the Queen's halo tiara.
You would think that royals have it all because you're oblivious to the activities behind the walls of the Grand Palace. Did you know that the crown comes with its own set of strict and crazy rules? The British royal family, a symbol of tradition and continuity, is shrouded in a cloak of these fascinating and occasionally bizarre rules that range from the sublime to the ridiculous. These rules dictate every aspect of their lives. Get ready to be shocked as we expose the reason you've never seen a royal selfie in public, among other supposedly mundane things. Join us as we explore 15 weird secret rules the royal family has to follow. Number 15. Women must carry a clutch. In the world of the British royal family, the choice of accessories carries rules and symbolism. One such rule involves the use of clutches, especially by women in the family. These clutches serve a dual purpose. They're not just fashion statements, but also functional tools. You may have noticed that many female members of the royal family, like Kate Middleton and Meghan Markle, often carry clutches during public appearances. This isn't just a matter of personal style. It's a strategic choice. The clutches offer something to hold on to, allowing the royals to avoid awkward handshakes or uncomfortable situations where they might not know what to do with their hands. Additionally, the clutch can also serve as a way to subtly signal to their staff or aides. For example, if a royal wants to signal that she's ready to wrap up a conversation or event, she might shift her clutch from one hand to the other. It's a discreet way to communicate without saying a word. This accessory is symbolic, especially when it comes to Queen Elizabeth II's handbag. The Queen discreetly uses her clutch to convey messages, depending on how and where she places it. Holding her bag with both hands in front of her is considered a more formal and reserved posture, while tucking it under one arm can appear more relaxed and informal. This subtle signaling allows her to express her wishes without disrupting the decorum of a public event or conversation. While the handbag does contain practical items like glasses, a compact mirror, and lipstick, it's the strategic placement that truly illustrates her power. In this way, the Queen's and other royals' clutches become a tool for silent communication, an understated yet effective way to command attention in a room. This rule highlights the careful thought and choreography that govern the royal family's seemingly effortless behavior. Every action, even something as small as positioning a handbag, is carefully considered for its implications and is interpreted by those who understand its significance. This is another example of how the royal family carries out their public duties, where even a simple accessory carries importance and serves a strategic function. Number 14. Foreign language taboo. The British royal family's rules extend to language use, and it's quite intriguing. They have an unspoken rule against speaking in a foreign language when in public. And this rule has deep historical roots and practical reasons behind it. The language restriction serves as a way to maintain neutrality and avoid potential political or diplomatic slip-ups. English, being a global lingua franca, is considered a safer choice. It reduces the chances of miscommunication or unintentional offense due to language barriers. However, it's not just about practicality. It also carries a symbolic weight. When royals exclusively use English in their public roles, it reinforces the cultural and historical significance of the language. It's a way of reaffirming their British identity and their status as national figures. Generally, you'll rarely hear them speaking anything other than English in public. The exceptions are typically formal occasions or state visits, where using the host country's language is a gesture of respect and goodwill. This linguistic rule is a testament to the intricate balance the royal family must maintain as both private individuals and public figures. It underscores their nationality, serves as a diplomatic tool, and highlights their careful interactions both at home and on the global stage. It's another strand in the rich tapestry of rules and traditions that shape the unique world of the British royal family. Number 13. The royals don't cross the politics line. One of the most crucial yet often misunderstood rules that the British royal family adheres to is their abstention from politics. This rule encompasses everything from refraining from voting in elections to avoiding any public expression of political opinions. The rationale behind this practice lies in their role as constitutional monarchs and representatives of the nation. The rule is deeply rooted in the constitutional framework of the United Kingdom. The monarchy serves as a symbol of continuity, unity, and national identity, with the Queen serving as the apolitical head of state. In contrast, the elected government, led by the Prime Minister, holds the responsibility for political decision-making and policies. Royals go to great lengths to avoid publicly expressing personal political opinions, be it on domestic or international matters. This deliberate choice ensures that they remain unifying figures, transcending the partisan divisions of politics. It's a careful separation between the roles of the royal family and the political sphere, highlighting their unique position within the UK's democratic system. Their political neutrality allows them to symbolize national unity and continuity, irrespective of the ever-changing political landscape. In a world where political and social issues are increasingly intertwined, this principle is not without its challenges and criticisms. Yet, the royal family continues to navigate these complexities by adhering to the time-honored principle of political impartiality. For centuries, the royal family's abstention from politics has been a vital aspect of their constitutional role. It reinforces their position as neutral figures who stand above the political fray, representing all citizens, regardless of their political beliefs. This facet of royal protocol underscores the delicate balance they must maintain between their public duties and their political impartiality, making it a fascinating dimension of their role in the modern world. Number 12. No monopoly for royals. The leisure activities of the British royal family also follow unspoken rules, like the prohibition of playing Monopoly. This surprising rule was revealed by Prince Andrew, Duke of York, during a public event in 2008. While presenting Monopoly as a gift to a youth organization, he explained that they aren't allowed to play it at home because it can get too competitive and lead to arguments. On the surface, this rule might seem excessive, but it makes sense when you consider the dynamics of a Monopoly game among real-life property owners. It could send a direct message about wealth and competitiveness that doesn't align with the dignified image the royal family upholds. They are expected to embody grace, courtesy, and nobility. These are qualities that contrast with the cutthroat strategy required to win at Monopoly. Moreover, Monopoly can mimic or parody upper-class privileges, potentially appearing tone-deaf or insensitive to economic struggles. Thus, the royal family's ban on the game reflects their commitment to maintaining a specific image, avoiding family disputes, and showing sensitivity to wealth disparity issues. While it might seem unusual to outsiders in the unique world of the royal family, this rule is quite appropriate. Number 11. Strict dress code. Fashion and style aren't just matters of personal preference for the British royal family. They come with a strict dress code that covers everything from hat etiquette to hem length. These rules are in place to ensure that royals consistently present themselves in a manner befitting their royal status. One notable rule is the expectation for women in the royal family to wear hats at formal events. This tradition dates back to a time when it was considered improper for ladies to display their hair in public. Come afternoon, married women switch from hats to tiaras at formal gatherings. Modesty is paramount in royal attire, with dresses and skirts expected to fall just below the knee and shoulders typically covered. Queen Elizabeth II, in particular, often opts for bright monochromatic outfits to stand out in crowds during public appearances. Royals are also expected to wear gowns to formal dinners, a practice deeply rooted in both history and decorum. Wearing gowns to dinner is a tradition that harks back to a time when dressing formally for meals was the norm, not just for royalty, but for the upper echelons of society as well. It was a way of distinguishing formal dining occasions from casual ones and maintaining a sense of grandeur. Men aren't exempt from the dress code either. For daytime engagements, they are frequently seen in military uniforms or wearing a coat and knee-length tie. Evening events call for formal attire, sometimes even complete with dress uniforms. While these rules may have relaxed somewhat over time, they still significantly influence the fashion choices of the royal family. Every outfit is meticulously chosen to strike a balance between personal style and the demands of royal protocol. This reflects the family's respect for tradition while keeping up with contemporary fashion trends. So when you see a member of the British royal family in an outfit, remember that it's a carefully considered choice that embodies both their individuality and their role in upholding centuries-old traditions. Number 10. The significance of tiaras. Within the British royal family, wearing tiaras isn't just about luxury and grandeur. These elaborate headpieces, often gracing the heads of royal women during formal events, come with a specific set of rules. One key rule is that tiaras are reserved for married women. Single or very young women in the family don't typically wear them. This is why royal watchers eagerly anticipate royal weddings, as it's often the first time a bride is seen wearing a tiara. On her wedding day, the bride usually selects a tiara from the royal collection, marking her transition into married life. Tiaras are also reserved for specific events, such as banquets or state receptions and other nighttime events where the royal family represents not just themselves, but the entire nation. Also, tiaras are never worn before 6 p.m. The rule aligns with the notion that tiaras, along with full evening dresses, are meant for formal occasions. This practice isn't limited to the British royal family. It's a convention followed by many royal households worldwide. Tiaras, with their intricate designs and shimmering gems, are meant to be seen in the soft glow of evening lights, creating a dazzling and regal effect that's synonymous with the grandeur of such events. Moreover, tiaras within the royal family represent more than just a fashion choice. They are a symbol of status and a nod to tradition. Many tiaras have historical significance, passed down through generations. They serve as a link to the royal family's past, carrying with them the stories of the royal women who wore them before. Each tiara has a unique history, making it not only a piece of jewelry but also a cherished part of the royal heritage. Number 9. The monarch sleeps first. The rule that forbids any member of the royal family from retiring to bed before the queen or king is a tradition that speaks to the deep respect and adherence to hierarchy within the royal household. While it may seem like a rather strict and old-fashioned guideline, it carries symbolic and practical significance. At its heart, this rule reflects the royal family's commitment to maintaining a structured and disciplined lifestyle, even within the confines of their private lives. It's a protocol that harks back to centuries of royal tradition and etiquette. From a practical standpoint, the rule ensures that the monarch's schedule is followed meticulously. The queen or king's needs and routines must be prioritized, as their roles are not just ceremonial. They involve a multitude of duties and responsibilities that extend far beyond the public eye. Additionally, the adherence to this rule serves as a display of deference and respect towards the reigning monarch. It underscores the hierarchical nature of the royal family, with the queen or king at the pinnacle. It's a reminder that regardless of their titles and positions, all family members, from the most senior to the most junior, owe their allegiance to the crown. Furthermore, this practice also has historical roots. In earlier times, the royal family's bedtime was often linked to the state of political affairs and other important matters. The monarch needed to be accessible at all hours in case of emergencies or significant decisions. While modern communication has lessened this need, the tradition endures as a mark of continuity. Of course, like many royal traditions, this rule has evolved over time. It's not as rigidly enforced as it once was, especially in the privacy of individual family members' residences. Nevertheless, it's still regarded as a sign of respect and adherence to royal protocol during formal gatherings or events. Number 8. The royals' Christmas traditions. Christmas holds a special place in the heart of the royal family, and each year they embrace a set of cherished traditions that are rich in history and family values. One such tradition is the annual Christmas walk to St. Mary Magdalene Church in Sandringham, a practice they've faithfully followed for decades. It's a rare opportunity for the public to catch a glimpse of the royal family in a more private setting, and many gather to greet them along the way. The royal family can also enjoy a more private moment away from the grandeur of palace life. Gift-giving is another treasured tradition among the royals. but their approach is refreshingly different. Instead of extravagant presents, they exchange fun and often inexpensive gifts on Christmas Eve, a nod to their German heritage. It's a reminder that despite their regal status, they appreciate the simple joys of the season. One tradition that extends beyond the royal family to the entire nation and Commonwealth is the Queen's Christmas message. In this annual address, the Queen reflects on the most significant events of the year and shares her thoughts on the meaning and importance of Christmas. It's a moment that unites people, regardless of their backgrounds, as they gather to hear the Queen's words. Despite their royal status and adherence to protocol, the core of the British royal family's Christmas traditions is centered on family and togetherness. The focus remains firmly on spending quality time as a family, a sentiment that resonates with many during this festive season. Amid their grandeur and public duties, the royals, like so many of us, treasure the warmth of family and the magic of Christmas. Number 7. Shellfish is a forbidden delicacy for royals. While you might expect royals to indulge in the finest foods, including Wagyu beef and exquisite caviar, they have some surprising dietary restrictions. One such rule is their avoidance of above-ground seafood, which may initially raise eyebrows. After all, seafood is a culinary delight, but there's a practical reason behind this regulation. The ban on shellfish, encompassing crustaceans like lobster and crab, as well as mollusks such as clams, mussels, and oysters, is rooted in concerns for their health. Shellfish have a reputation for carrying bacteria, viruses, and toxins that can cause foodborne illness if not handled and cooked properly. Falling victim to food poisoning from spoiled shellfish could incapacitate a royal for days, disrupting their commitments and duties, which is best avoided. Moreover, shellfish are common allergens, and considering the many public engagements royals attend involving food, eliminating potential triggers for allergic reactions makes sense. Therefore, this ban on seafood isn't just an eccentric rule. It's a practical tradition meant to safeguard royals from health risks. Like many royal rules, it reflects the delicate balance between tradition and modernity, public duty, and personal choice. Even their food choices underscore the unique position that royals hold, where every meal isn't just a meal, but a consideration of duty, health, and tradition. Number 6. No casual eating for royals. One of the intriguing customs within the British royal family revolves around the timing of their meals. Specifically, there's a steadfast rule that nobody should continue eating once the Queen or King has finished their meal. This practice isn't just about etiquette. It's deeply rooted in tradition and reflects the symbolic role of the monarch. When the Queen or King concludes their meal, it's taken as a signal for everyone else at the table to stop eating, regardless of whether they've satisfied their appetite or not. This tradition, which has been upheld for generations, is often regarded as a gesture of respect towards the monarch. It serves to maintain formality and structure during royal gatherings, aligning with the expected decorum in such settings. This dining protocol isn't confined solely to the royal family members. It extends to anyone who has the honor of dining with the monarch. It's a rule that might appear strict on the surface but carries deeper significance. It's important to note that Queen Elizabeth, for instance, is known for being a considerate hostess. She takes her time during meals, ensuring her guests have a chance to enjoy their food. This rule underscores the formal nature of royal life and the importance of adhering to established traditions and etiquette. It's a reminder that even the most mundane activities like eating are infused with protocol within the royal sphere. The monarch's position as a unifying figure and symbol of continuity is reinforced through such practices, emphasizing their role in preserving the dignity and decorum of the British royal family. Before we continue, let's have our subscribers' pick for today. As we all know, the royal family is known to uphold decency and responsibility. However, these viral images have raised a lot of questions about some rules we may be unaware of. Though there is a big possibility these are manipulated pictures shared to incite conspiracies in the public, we can never be sure. Over the years, there has been some news of different royal scandals. While that might not be the case here, questions are being asked about why members of the royal family were captured bare-skinned. How did the picture even get to the internet? If these pictures are real, the uproar it will cause will be unbearable for the British royal family. It may even be likened to the Marie Antoinette scandal. She was painted in an outfit that was assumedly underwear, and this led her to be viciously attacked by Frenchmen. We are led to believe the pictures were photoshopped, but we'd love to have your opinion as well. What do you think is happening in this picture? Do you think it's real or fake? Let's hear your opinion in the comment section. Number 5. Autographs and selfies are forbidden. Among the numerous rules and protocols that govern the British royal family, their prohibition from signing autographs and taking selfies stands out. If you happen to encounter a member of the royal family, don't expect to walk away with their signature as a souvenir. The primary reason for this rule is to safeguard against potential fraud. There's a concern that autographs could be easily copied or forged and then misused. To avoid this risk, members of the royal family are advised not to sign their names on anything unofficial. When it comes to selfies, the reasons are somewhat similar. Selfies can be a security risk, as getting close to a royal for a photo could potentially create security vulnerabilities. It's all about keeping everyone safe, including the royals themselves and the people around them. However, it's worth noting that this rule hasn't always been strictly followed by all royals. There have been instances where members like Prince Charles have broken this rule, notably when he autographed a piece of paper for a victim of the Cornish floods in 2010. Instead of using his full name, he simply wrote Charles 2010, effectively adhering to the rule's spirit while offering comfort in a challenging situation. While this autograph rule may seem relatively minor in the grand scheme of royal duties and responsibilities, it provides valuable insight into the measures taken to protect their signatures and, by extension, their identities. It's another fascinating aspect of the intricate world of the British royal family. Number 4. The intricacies of royal travel. Travel may seem straightforward for most of us, but for the British royal family, it's a matter filled with intricate protocols and procedures. These rules, some widely known and others less so, dictate various aspects of their journeys, from who they can travel with to what they should pack. One of these rules involves restricting 2 heirs to the throne from traveling together. This tradition, rooted in safeguarding the royal lineage, typically means that Prince William and his children, as direct heirs, don't usually fly on the same plane. However, in recent years there's been a relaxation of this rule, with the Queen granting permission for William and his family to fly together on occasion. Another protocol dictates that the royals must pack an all-black mourning suit whenever they travel. This ensures they are appropriately dressed if a family member passes away while they are abroad. The origin of this practice dates back to 1952, when Queen Elizabeth, then a princess, was in Kenya, and King George VI passed away. She had to wait inside her plane upon arriving in England until they brought her a black dress, a poignant reminder of the importance of preparedness in their travels. Royal tours, on the other hand, are meticulously planned events, often conducted at the request of the UK government to strengthen diplomatic ties. Each visit involves extensive planning and adherence to etiquette that respects the customs and traditions of the host country. It's not merely a duty, but a graceful and meticulously executed representation of the royal family, a reflection of the poise and attention to detail that characterizes much of their public life. While travel for the British royal family might seem complex and rule-bound to outsiders, it's a part of their responsibilities, carried out with grace and precision as they continue to uphold their unique role on the global stage. Number 3. Complicated curtsies. Curtsying is a sign of respect and deference within the royal family. It's a physical gesture that acknowledges the hierarchical structure of the family, with the reigning monarch at the apex. The depth of the curtsy often depends on the family member's position in the hierarchy. A more junior member will perform a deeper curtsy to a senior member, especially when the monarch is involved. This rule reflects the royal family's commitment to maintaining a structured and disciplined lifestyle, even in public settings. It emphasizes the importance of adhering to protocol and etiquette, which are fundamental aspects of their roles as public figures. The curtsy itself is a highly choreographed and elegant maneuver. It typically involves a woman lowering her body by bending her knees and inclining her head slightly. The depth of the curtsy can also vary depending on the formality of the occasion. During very formal events, such as state banquets or official ceremonies, a deeper curtsy is expected as a mark of the solemnity of the occasion. In addition to acknowledging hierarchy, curtsying helps to maintain the dignity and decorum of royal gatherings. It's a visible sign of unity and respect among family members, which is especially important during public events when they represent the monarchy and the nation as a whole. While the act of curtsying may seem antiquated to some, it carries significant symbolic weight. It's a gesture that connects the royals to centuries of tradition and history. It's a reminder that they are part of an institution that predates them by generations, and they have a duty to uphold its customs and values. Interestingly, curtsying is not just reserved for royal family members. It's also expected from non-royals who have been granted the honor of an audience with the queen or king. It's a way of acknowledging the monarch's position as the head of state, irrespective of the visitor's social standing. Number 2. The royal protocol for mourning. Even in times of personal grief, the royal family adheres to their long-standing traditions and protocols. When a close family member passes away, there's a distinct period of mourning that comes into play. During this time, members of the royal family are required to wear black or dark-colored clothing. This is a practice quite common in many cultures. The attire isn't limited to public appearances, too. It extends to private moments when they might be photographed. Public engagements are typically canceled or postponed throughout this official mourning period, unless there are compelling reasons to proceed. These measures are taken as a mark of respect for the deceased and provide the family with the necessary time to grieve. Even when they're traveling, the royal family is prepared for such occasions. It's customary for them to pack appropriate mourning attire, ensuring they're dressed suitably if they need to return to the United Kingdom due to a family death. This bereavement protocol underscores the royal family's duty to uphold their traditions, even in their most personal and sorrowful moments. It's a testament to their commitment to their roles and their responsibility to the nation. Despite their own grief, they continue to fulfill their duties to the country, serving as a public expression of the nation's collective empathy and support during these challenging times. Number 1. Gifting the royals. When it comes to royalty, even gift-giving follows specific rules. Over the years, members of the British royal family have received countless well-wishes from around the world. But what many don't realize is that there's a unique system in place to regulate how these gifts are accepted and managed. The protocol dictates that any gifts received during official engagements are considered non-personal official gifts, essentially belonging to the crown. This rule applies regardless of the gift's size, value, or who it was given to, whether it's an adult or a child in the royal family. This protocol serves to maintain impartiality, as accepting personal gifts could be seen as favoritism, which doesn't align with the royals' roles as neutral public figures. The official handling of these gifts is outlined in the royal family's documented gift policy, stating that gifts may be used but not sold or exchanged. They can become part of the royal collection, which includes valuable items of cultural or historical importance, or they may be donated to museums or other organizations, or even given as gifts to others. It's important to note that these rules don't mean the royals can't appreciate or enjoy the gifts they receive. Many of them have been seen wearing or displaying these gifts on various occasions. For instance, Prince George was photographed playing with a toy wombat given to him during a royal tour of Australia. These unique procedures shed light on the intricate approach the British royal family must take in their public roles, even when it comes to something as seemingly simple as accepting a gift. It showcases the careful balance between personal appreciation and public duty, adding another layer to the complex web of royal traditions and protocols. The rules governing the lifestyle of the British royal family are proof of how different their lives are from ours. They are bound by more rules because of the delicate positions they are born into, and that may be a good or bad thing. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.